Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we are looking at the CCA CA2. This one is a bass heavy earphone, I guess. I wouldn't call it bass heavy. It has very good bass. Let's get that. Bass is like the star here, but it's far more than bass. So we'll get into that in just a second. Um, Here are some of the specs. If I can get my hand around this, I have to use the cable because my camera ran out of charge, so it's plugged in. 3.5 millimeter, 0.75 millimeter 2-pin connector, 10 to 20,000 kilohertz, 23 ohms at 112 decibels per milliwatt. Comes in either microphone, no microphone. Comes in red, yellow, and crystal, which is a clear. I got the red, obviously, which I think is absolutely beautiful. I thought the yellow was also beautiful too. Get a nice look at it right there. Look at that. That is absolutely gorgeous. I do think I don't understand this A with an I. If I'm looking at it wrong, it looks like an A with an I. I don't know why. It is a CA2. If there was a CA there, I could see. The other side's the same thing, right? Yeah. So I'm not really keen on the logo. I wish it had said CCA on it or something like that, or nothing at all, because it really is a pretty I really like a retro style thing where it's partially see-through and colored. Reminds me of like the old Nintendo controllers or the new ones like I have here. Would have been pretty in purple as well. I like purple. I like blue. I actually like all primary colors. Blue being my favorite, but I do really love primary colors. Green, yellow, blue, red, orange hearts, purple stars, the whole 9 yards. This is all plastic. There's your nozzle right there, all plastic. That end piece kind of reminds me, I mean, it's a little bit thicker, but it kind of reminds me of the ZST Pro, which was one of the first ones that I've ever had. Before that, I just had earbuds and the, fixed cable ones. I'm going to put this off camera so I can actually put it on there a little bit better. Very easy to put on. It's just not easy when you're doing it through a little screen on your camera. Let's try to wrap this video up quickly because I was interrupted. I apologize for not doing a lot of videos. I've been so busy, but don't think that I'm not working in the background. I am testing stuff every day. I also got this at the time when I got these. And this is a beautiful case. It looks like the Yumi, C Audio Yumi case. This has a logo. This one doesn't. This is waterproof. This is metal. This has that soft kind of material inside. It's not really felt. It's more like a soft nylon. But there's some foam under it too. You can feel the squishiness. And the case itself is hard. Doesn't have any flex. It definitely would protect. It's much thicker than the cases you used to get last year that were very cheap, which was this kind of case. And nothing wrong with this case. It's got a little pouch inside of it and it's leather, but it does have, I mean, it does flex a lot. So if something really heavy was on your thing, it would squish it. Whereas this one wouldn't. Unless it was an automobile or something. I don't know. Maybe these could even survive that. Who knows? But this hockey puck test kind of case is really nice. And it's waterproof too. I don't know about the other ones if they're waterproof, but I wouldn't test it. So nice 2-pin connector. Nice smooth finish. Far better looking than I was expecting and far better feeling. I realize it's very lightweight, but then again, it only has that dynamic driver inside. And it's decent build quality for the price. I have to put this in context. This is $15.99. This is $16. Now, the last one, I was a little critical. That one was more or less toward the $20 range. From $18.99 to $22. I've seen that one. This one I've seen everywhere for about $15.99. And this one is just absolutely fantastic looking. I can't find any fault with this. I love the color of this. I found that they're very comfortable. It's a nice smoothness to it, so it's very comfortable in the ear. It's got good ergonomics. It's that typical kind of guitar shape that you've seen for a while now from IMs. And then we get in the cable. That's the typical KZ cable. Now, I can't fault this. This is what they give you. It's got the L-shaped connector and everything. But, KZ, why would you give brown with this? Every one of these, the yellow, the clear, this red, would have looked fantastic with that silver white cable that you've been given lately. Why did you pick brown with these is the question. This looks fine on a darker IM if it was blue, dark blue, or a black IM or something like that. But on this brown cable, no, that doesn't look good at all. The silver cable that comes with like the CSN or something like that would have been much better looking on this, just from aesthetic. But given the price point, I'm not going to complain about that, even though I just did. Let's get into the sound signature on these. Okay, we know they're comfortable. We know they have a decent build quality for the price. We know the specs. We know that there is a 10mm dynamic driver in there with a 4-layer voice coil and composite diaphragm. So there's a decent amount of good gear inside of there. But all that, what does it sound like? Okay, now this is a V-shape. And there is a vast sea of V-shapes. Maybe not in the $15, $16 price range. Most of them are 20, 30, 40. But nonetheless, it is a V-shape. It has a nice warmth to it. We get into the bass first, and we're going to describe the bass. The bass is very good, as you would expect. It has some very strong bass. I wouldn't go into the fact that it's muddy, but it is a powerful bass. It does color the mids a little bit, but it gives them a pleasant warmth. Overall, the mids themselves are kind of clear. Vocals are kind of forward. Then we get into the treble. And, even though the lows have that really, really deepness to them, and the sub bass and then the mid bass, very rapid, nice, punchy, which is very good for like pop music and rap and anything like that. Even jazz and electronic sounds good on it. And then we get into the mids themselves. Let's just talk about the mids. They're nice. They're very clean, clear mids with a warmth to them. There's a decent amount of detail there, surprisingly, for something that has such, good bass. Then we get into the highs, and the highs are very good. And they're somewhere in between a mature high shape. They're not overly sparkly, but they're not overly relaxed as well. They're just really decent highs, excuse me. And then we get into the soundstage. It was good. It was far better than average. The soundstage had a nice width to it. Maybe not the deepest, but there was some good, imaging there as well. And overall, the detail retrieval from top to bottom on this was actually excellent as well. And for that, I would give these high marks, definitely. If I was going 1 to 5, these would definitely be 4.5, considering the price. There are a lot of headphones that are in $40, $50 range that I wouldn't give 4.5 because they kind of disappoint, or they're just average. These actually are pretty good. These tick all the boxes, to be quite honest, both in looks and comfort. And in the sound quality, it's just a really nice, fun sounding IAM without, overly taking away from anything. Safely tuned, yeah, I would say, yeah, it's kind of the safe in that V-shaped zone with a nice amount of sound stage. And overall, it's excellent for somebody either as an extra pair or a beginner or something like that. Anybody on a budget, totally would recommend these. I like these a lot. Like I said, I can't find really any faults. That's just being nitpicky about the cable being silver. It would be the same exact cable, just a different color. But personally, I think it would have looked better with this. Um, I love the way they look. They feel comfortable. You can actually sleep with these, no problem, unless you have really small ears. Anybody with average to large ears will find that these are quite comfortable to go to sleep with. And they're just basically, you can get 2 pairs of these and pop them in your bag, and you always have a spare pair in case maybe your wireless headphones or something like that loses power. You have another pair to go, or you have a more expensive pair and you want to wear them to the gym, but you don't want them to be ruined, so you get this pair. And you'll enjoy them. If you like a V-shaped, if you're looking for neutral, if you're looking for like just complete balanced or neutral, look somewhere else. But if you like a fun V-shape, you like some bass in your life, without, sacrificing too much of the mids or the highs or anything else like that, you can get it all for right here. This is going to be fun enough for most people. They'll like it. I have, a $1,400 pair sitting over in the corner, and another pair right here that's $600, and I really like these. Sometimes I listen to a pair of very expensive ones and it kind of ruins everything. I got to wait a little bit to listen to another pair. These don't disappoint at all. Definitely, I would recommend these. We're getting toward the 11-minute. I was going to try to do 15 minutes on these, but it's just really simple. They're just a simple V shape with some decent soundstage, decent imaging, really good bass, decent mids, decent highs, just really a pleasant sounding, kind of engaging kind of sound that is really good for rock, pop, uh, everything. Country music, anything you can think of. I tried a bunch of different music with these. As I do, I run the whole gamut of music from EDM to electronic to pop to jazz, country, classic rock. Um, Basically everything except for oldies I don't usually listen to. And I just try to listen to the different tracks and hear how it sounds. And I have about maybe 5 or 6 tracks that I like of modern music that I like to test it with, especially because they're heavy bass, and I want to hear how the bass responds and how much detail there's in it. And these did a really excellent job with that as well. Thank you so much for watching. Please be safe out there, and I'll see you again with a bunch more videos. We got so much stuff on my desk that I have to do. I'm sorry I've been very busy lately, but I'm trying my best to get these, both the written and the video reviews out. Thank you so much.